You better really be hungry for real sexual arousal instead of that shit that you're carrying around now that you think is sexual arousal.
Kalika, 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 Kalika.
How can you be a bhakt of Devi and be scared? Vishnu's head was cut off and they handled it. Shiva's wife died and he handled it. Brahma's head got cut off, he handled it. And we are descended from these Tribhutis, why we can't handle it? If women could store their orgasmic energy, they'd be such powerhouses. But they just waste it on their timeline, making fantasies, putting useless people there, being violent to someone against their consent. They waste the energy in this shit. That's why no woman is a Devi. Every time you say there's unfairness in the world, you're spitting on Kali's face. Hey Kali, you don't know how to make a world. If I were you, I would have done better than you. Kali will be like, really? Have you seen me? You can see Devi, you can change the atmosphere of a place, change anything in yourself, you can drink divine nectars. Women feel that men don't really know shit about shit. Because you got some sensitivity, you haven't converted it into wisdom and respect, then you're losing out on benefit of men existing on this planet. What do you think we're all existing here with our dicks? For what? Women are the ones who came up with let's agree to disagree. Men cannot understand this shit. Emasculation, shown as glamorous in Pride and Prejudice. You're gonna have turned on men around you if you tell them. I mean, it's annoying, you know. I've got one female stalker and I just want to throw her in jail. But I feel sorry for her sometimes when I leave her alone. Because it's really annoying. It's a violation of your consent, you know. So you keep putting that person on your timeline. That's what you're doing. You're seeing them in your future and your emotions are telling you that you should just do this. That he or she belongs to you. Just like a Bollywood thing. You've seen it happen in Bollywood, that when somebody is, it's just Bollywood programming, you know. When you're obsessed with someone, stalk her. There was this movie, Ranjana. So, Dhanush's character is constantly stalking Sonam Kapoor's character. And she ends up falling in love with him. In another movie, I saw that he's stalking this woman and she was annoyed with him stalking. And one day he's busy and he doesn't stalk her. The next day when he comes to stalk her, she asks, where were you? Forgot about me already? Something like that she says. And the audience is like, oh, this is where I've been going wrong. I have to just take a break of stalking one day. The next day she's going to ask me this while I stalk her. That's what they're going to think. And I have been educating all the donkey boys in other states. Like we used to educate millions of kids before COVID. After that, the funding went away, so I realized I had to fund it myself. In a couple of years, I'll have all of the support that I need to focus fully on my NGO for social change. You know, I'm fed up of this. We used to train boys that not to fall for this. Listen to your own heart. Then I said, listen to your own heart. Do you feel like doing it? No, like, I feel like I should run away every time I feel like doing it. Then why are you doing it? Because if I don't do it, I'm not brave. So they've equated the stalking to bravery because it does bring a sort of ghabrahat in your heart. You know, you feel this despair in your heart. Because a lot of things can go wrong when you go stalking someone. So the guy is full of fear and now he's being brave, facing his fear. And I'm like, this makes absolutely no sense, it makes shit for sense. This is how we've been educated by Bollywood. Everyone is guilty. By Bollywood, I mean the whole Indian film industry, the whole Hollywood film industry, and all those TV series that you've been seeing to understand love have been misguiding you. And that's why the stalking phenomenon is there. They haven't shown what happens to stalkers. really in life. Most of them get frustrated. The woman gets terrified, or if she's well protected as a woman, the guy will get it nicely from other men, get thrashed. Okay? And the women are also not telling anyone, right? They're not saying at home, I'm being stalked. They're like, I can handle this. And they can handle it because they also saw the movie, in which nothing happens to the woman after she's stalked. In the movie, you should show what happens finally. Show the truth of the matter. Show the true stories of what happens when people stalk. When I get the funds, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make these movies that show you the real story of what happens when someone is stalked. They did just like replace Bollywood, replace programming. So I call it TBMN. Thames Nadi, Bollywood, TBMN is media and news. Because in South India, it becomes TBMN. You got to really avoid this character like she has TB. Because she has. She'll give it tuberculosis, be careful. It's waste of time, seriously, yeah. And it's inconvenience. So if you're watching this video, stop stalking. Your value added to the world is zero. The value you add to the world when you stalk is zero. In fact, you're adding negative stuff to the world, not value. You're adding wildness in the world. So don't do it. There is no problem. Indians are having sex. They're not having sex like the foreigners. Foreigners want to have their sex outside. Indians are having sex, don't worry. Like, you think your daughter is not having sex? You think your son is not having sex? They're just hiding it from you. What's wrong with you? They're trying the best to have sex. Because they've also watched Bollywood. So now they want to be like Americans. They want to have sex and the parents should be okay with it. So that's something, a few generations back, Indians were like not exploring sexually because they were afraid. They were afraid of violence, that there was some serious violence. But it's the same parents who gave birth to kids who wanted to explore sex, but they couldn't. And so they're not so hard on the kids anymore, and not so hard. Everyone's having sex now. India has become America. Meaningless sex is here, just like America. But learning what your culture actually says about it, zero. Learning about Shiva being dharma or purpose and Devi being Vidya or wisdom, we don't want to learn. We said, we already got this. I watched the Hollywood movie. I know about it. Okay, then die. Probably of some sexual disease. Because TBMN will give you something nice, chlamydia. So, no, there is no healing alone. That word only is wrong. You only heal when other people accept you. When other people respect and value you, that's when you heal. Not before that. Can't heal before that. So you have to learn how to behave in ways that you're of value to people. Then only you're going to heal from whatever it is. If you're going to heal from sexual violence alone, nobody's going to care. And you won't heal because nobody cares. Nobody respects you. So you have to start developing a sensitivity. Stop trusting your stupid emotions that are making you feel sorry for yourself. And instead, trust the sensations. Hold your breath, sense your sensations, then start breathing, continue to sense your sensations. Think your way through it. That's the way you got to do it. Think your way through it. What thoughts are coming, like, oh shit, I have absolutely no knowledge about this. What are my real fears? Where do I really want to go? What do I want as an outcome when I say healing? They're not clear what healing looks like. So they're of course trying to get it in ways that they've seen from Bollywood. Bollywood shows people how time heals them when they're alone like Batman. So then they think, okay, I'm healing like Batman. No, you're not. You're not Batman. You're a human being with real feelings. Your feelings matter, okay? Your feelings are important. I don't give a shit about your emotions, but your feeling is important. Because they made movies about it. So now you're hijacked by that. So Bollywood wanted to not Bollywood, but Hollywood wanted to sensationalize things. So they made a movie called The Taming of O, and after that all this shit started. That was a big precursor to 50 Shades of Grey. Okay? And so they glamorized it. Whatever they fucking glamorize in Hollywood, people want to do. And in that movie, she explains, okay, why pain is same as pleasure. So she shows, without sound, she shows the face of a woman in pleasure. And then she says, doesn't this look like she's in pain? Pain and pleasure are the same things. It's just labels we give. So you can approach it through pain. So now the training to receive, and women are like, wow, it'll be so nice to be trained. It'll be so nice to wear a dog collar. It'll be so nice to do this, so nice to do that. These ideas have been given to them by media, and they're like, wow, okay. Anyway, I'm not feeling anything, no sexual arousal. Let me try this. Then maybe I'll feel some arousal, but still feel something, I'll feel pain. Because they're not feeling any sexual arousal, they want to feel something, so they're feeling pain. Okay? They're all clowns. And they insist on being taken seriously. But actually, what they've got is sexual frustration because they never felt sexual arousal in their life. So please stop all this shit and try to understand what I'm saying. That's important. How does sexual arousal actually happen? For men, it's just seeing women's wisdom and you're like, whoa, that's some pumping down there. Whenever a woman is wise. But where have you made respect and opportunity for this wiseness to come through in your life? You only put down all the women in your life. How do you expect to be sexually aroused by them? And same with women. Ridicule man and give them purpose. Like put them on your timeline and this is my purpose. Don't do that. Let the man do the purpose. And then you'll see, oh my God, I couldn't have done it half as good. That's what you'll feel. But you got to do it. You got to try it. You got to understand. You got to really be hungry for real sexual arousal instead of that shit that you're carrying around now that you think is sexual arousal. All these perversions. When are you going to stop? Pretty soon you'll be surfing child, which is totally illegal. You're going to go to jail if you go down this road. Okay? Definitely. A lot of people had to be hospitalized because they put some horrible things up their ass to feel the pain. Let us put the spiked thing. And then they had to be hospitalized. A lot of people died out of heart attack because of pain that was being caused. And they forgot the safe word. They have safe word. So if there's a safe word, then you stop. And this guy is in so much pain, he forgot the safe word, then he died. Some chick was choking him. How do you expect them to say a safe word if they're choking? You should leave their vocal cords alone if you want them to be able to say the safe word, right? So choking him, she didn't hear the safe word. Because both of them are high on drugs when they're doing this. Because you can't do this kind of shit without being high on drugs. Do you know that? If you have to be high on drugs to have sex, and even if it's alcohol, believe me, you are not sexually aroused. You just bought that story and you're trying to substitute it. And it's a sorry state of affairs, but you don't deserve a human life. You should just go back to being animals till you can respect nature's sexuality, then you come back as a human. Okay? Okay. Respect means being admiring and convinced of a person's value. That's what it is. It constitutes you being fully attentive to them, understanding what they're saying, and valuing it. That's respect. Valuing it means you will convert it into actions and you will care about what they're saying. That's all. That's respect. Fear is you having such a small self-image that you think you can't handle your problems. And that is violent not towards anyone else but Devi, who created you. She did not create a loser. But you have become one because you have lost her. That's the truth. There's no Kali in your life, you've lost her. There's nobody else who can give you courage other than yourself and your confidence of your true itihasa, your history. If your itihasa starts from Gandhiji, you will be a non-violent, afraid fool. But if your itihasa starts from Kali, the mother of the universe, and that's how you came, then your behavior will be so much more better. You will be filled with courage even in the face of grave danger. And say, I will figure out a way because I am the child of Kali. If you don't feel like that, you're letting down your mother, you're being violent to the intentions with which she created you. You're spitting on it. Spitting on what she created for you when you're a coward. Okay? So when you have self-doubt, you have fear, you have small self-image, and you think that the world is going to attack you and it's a horrible place and all this crap when you have inside your mind. You are being violent to Kali. And I don't think she lets it go. Have you seen her? So you have to be respectful to Kali and say, man, the Divine Mother didn't create an idiot. This is how fear is violent. Not violent to yourself. Because you have anyway no value for yourself. But the Divine Mother who created you, she has value for you. And she's like, what is he doing? I made this body, I made this mind, and what is he doing with it? You're the guy who goes and gets Ganesh tattoos on your toenails. How can you be a bhakt of Devi and be scared? Anyway, so this is the state of people's bhakti, okay? Across religions. Hindu, Muslim, Christian, whatever it is. People don't really believe in God. They believed in God, then they won't have fear. Okay? Fear is your external growth because of your internal atheism. And I've mentioned this so many times when, and I used to take students who are not atheists only, you know, make them do 500 push-ups as soon as they come. We do. And there'll be like 5 guys who do it out of 500. I should take those 5 guys to teach them martial arts because they'll teach. And I should take a few more guys to pay the fees for they're the fees paying students. I didn't teach them anything. They came, paid fees, they lost weight and went. They didn't learn how to fight. Can only teach the warriors how to fight. Because those guys, I said, no, you're gassing out after 80 push-ups. Say Jai Hanuman and do. And some of them will do. And I said, those don't believe in God, say Jai quantum physics, Jai strong and weak nuclear forces, Jai gravitation, Jai photons. Okay, do. Jai electrons. They couldn't do. Jai Hanuman could do 600 also. They're not stopping at 500. Alright. So really, you can do great physical feats and emotional feats when you don't give in to the emotion of fear. If you give in to the emotion of fear, it means you've been taught that this situation is really bad and you can really handle. But you've not got any stories from Devi Bhagavatam. Vishnu's head was cut off and they handled it. Shiva's wife died and he handled it. Brahma's head got cut off, he handled it. And we are descended from these Tribhutis, why we can't handle it? No. So many people had losses of untold magnitude in the Puranas, but they handled it with the help of Mahamaya. They're like, this is you. You only solve this. Some asuras coming, killing everyone, they handled it. Okay? Well, you can't handle anything in your life because you don't have these stories. What stories have you got of people who fold over and die? Bikharne ka mujhko shauk hai bada. Suno aur. Should that song be a flop and get like 100 views? No, it's crossed millions. Because people love that. They're like, I'm feeling this. Yes, this is how I'm going to fold over and die. But die, no. You don't deserve human birth. This your feelings will tell you. Your sensations in your body will tell you if you have power or not here. Okay? When you have power, you will not feel queasy inside. You will feel evenly energized in every part of your body. If you're not evenly energized, you don't have any power, so just shut up. Don't ask for justice now. If you're all riled up, then you can't get justice because you don't have power. One who had power will feel evenly energized for justice and they'll get it done. No matter how many years it takes, they'll get it done. Okay? So be one of those people. You'll have purpose also in life. Justice is purpose. You got purpose hitting you in the face, but you don't want to train for it. You want to say, this is unfairness in the world, and then every time you say there's unfairness in the world, you're spitting on Kali's face. Hey Kali, you don't know how to make a world. If I were you, I would have done better than you. Kali will be like, really? Have you seen me? You know. I don't know how much more of a horrific image we have to make for you to give some respect. This will say it's just a stone. Till the Trishul comes up your bum. Be careful. She's not what you would call a beauty. She's not one of those who delicate beauties. There's something beautiful about the way she is, but only few can appreciate it. Only if you can appreciate the honesty with which she's coming you and the standards to which she's holding you to, the honesty as which she's coming with, and the standards that which she's holding you to, you have to appreciate that. And you have to appreciate the wisdom in how she's put evil in the world so that you have purpose. Unlimited evil, so you have unlimited purpose. I would call that great love, but people call it something and all, saying, I can do better than this. Can you think of a better system than this? Who do you think you are? You know? Crazy amount of disrespect. Not understanding the value of the injustice that's happening to you. Because this can give you purpose. If you got yourself evenly energized and you said, no, I'm going to take care of this, no matter how long it takes. Instead of going, wah, wah, injustice, wah, then what's the point? Okay, you can't understand. Why do you want to be such weaklings? Yeah, you're atheists, all of you who are victims. Every victim is atheist. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in God. God allowed this to happen. So now you're spitting on God, saying, God, you shouldn't have allowed this to happen. Who are you? Who are you when you tell God how to run the world? Who are you? Higher than God. It's false empowerment. It feels like empowerment, but there's no power you have. Nothing. Don't have any power. So you'll know when you have power. You feel evenly energized. You feel Kali's hand on you. It's like, oh, go forward, do it. We'll feel that. And you'll be like, yeah, no problem now. And it's a certainty, you know. Women can feel it more. Men have to struggle to feel Kali, you know, because our sensitivity range only is limited. With this limited thing only I'm operating. Then I kept praying to Kali. I'm like, you have to increase my range, otherwise I won't be able to teach women. Because they won't have respect. So she said, okay. And one day she gave me the sensitivity of a woman. And then I was like, oh, this is what it is like to have Vidya. Because I never had anybody who agreed to be Vidya and help me with my purpose. So I don't know what it feels like. I'm like, Kali, you only have to give me Vidya. And then she started increasing my sensitivity. Suddenly I'm seeing more colors and I'm like, wow, what are the names for all these things? I thought there was only red. But there's so many. Red is like so many things. It was just one for me. Red was red. Red, blue, green, yellow, black, white, grey, brown. And suddenly somebody starts magenta and I don't know what it is. And I used to understand it as an artist that if you mix black with a little bit of black with the thing, it turns into magenta. But I don't know what's the difference. It looks the same to me, little darker. Then I realized magenta is magenta. That's why it has one magenta name. It's magentificious. And I'm like, what? And that's when I brought different shades of dhotis. I didn't even know. I had 2 shades of dhotis, orange and not orange. Then somebody started saffron, ochre. I'm like, wait, slow down. What are these words? I didn't know, but now I know, right? So then I started being sensitive. And as I'm being sensitive, I could understand that, wow, so many sensations and so much clarity because of these sensations. That is called Vidya. The clarity that comes from your amazing sensations all over your body. Like, wow, okay. If women could store their orgasmic energy, they'd be such powerhouses. But they just waste it on their timeline, making fantasies, putting useless people there. Something. Being violent to someone against their consent. They waste the energy in this shit. That's why no woman is a Devi, you know. Our channel is trying to bring you back to be a Devi. I have just like thrown techniques like this with which you can fix your life. Okay, so you should just be serious about it. Open one Excel sheet, watch the program, write down technique, benefit. Technique, benefit. We call it Kriya and Phala. Kriya, Phala, you write down, read it every day and practice whatever comes to your mind for that day. How will you feel if you do that work? That much work also you can't do. And I'm not going to help you more. So that's what you have to do. If you want to be a Devi, just practice that. All of the things in it. Such spectacular techniques. You can see Devi, techniques like that. You can change the atmosphere of a place. You can change anything in yourself. You can drink divine nectars. You can remove all your stress. And so to establish my credibility, I needed the sensitivity of a woman. Otherwise, women don't take you seriously. They don't listen. Because they're more sensitive than a man. They know what fuchsia is. So they think this guy is no good. Stop it with this marmalade and don't bully us. What the hell is marmalade? There are 4 guys here. Do you guys know what marmalade is? What color is that? I have this marmalade color. Should I send that as your dhoti? Says the manufacturer, who's also a woman. I'm like, can you send orange? She's like, I don't have orange, but I'm like, I'm seeing, she's doing a video call. I'm seeing so much orange. They just sent one of them. No, none of these are orange. Stop bullying me. But this scaled up, women feel that men don't really know shit about shit. Because they know, and then they're like, men don't really know shit about shit. And then whatever men are coming with proper structure and purpose, that also you reject because men don't know about shit. Because you got some sensitivity, you haven't converted it into wisdom and respect. So then you're losing out on the benefit of men existing on this planet. What do you think we're all existing here with that? For what? To build purpose in this world. But somehow I think like these guys can't do it. We can do better than them. So a lot of women are in this ego trip. Which is why they're like missing out on the contribution of men in their life. All the men in their life are angry with them. Father included. Everybody's angry. Because they feel the daughter doesn't respect me. My wife doesn't respect me. That's what they're all feeling. So they're like, and here it's like full-on victimhood going on with the woman. Like, after throwing such disrespect, never really deeply respecting at all, not creating a space also where he can get one word in edgeways and show his talent in the world, which is dharma, saying this is the right thing and we should do this. And if we do this, this is the vision for the future. He's not sitting and he can do that, but he's not doing it because he's got self-doubt. Because you threw 7 color names at him, he feels inadequate. Okay? So, because he's feeling inadequate, he's not opening his mouth. He's in self-doubt. Now, I have experienced it with women. I have experienced self-doubt. Because when I point out a problem, the woman is like, but actually you misjudged me. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. And because I'm respecting that extra sensitivity and I'm seeing that she's sensing a lot. And I'm like, okay, can I depend on her? And I'm trying to depend on her, it's not working. Because she's busy and enjoying beating me up with her extra sensitivity. This has happened with every woman I've been with. And it's astounding, and it's got to stop now, and I will not accept it anymore because I took a journey with Kali just to stop this shit from happening. Okay? So now that the thing is out, contemplate about it and don't be despicable, men or women. Try to live up to your divine heritage of who you are. If women are Devis, men should not behave any less than Shiva. Which is, you have the path of truth. You know what is a fair future. Justice is inherent in a man. Right and wrong is inherent in a man. The lines are blurry for women. It's not that clean and not that clear. When you can step in a man's shoes, you'll be like, wow, that's all right and wrong looks for you. For me, there's this rightish and little righter, and then there is right test. And it's a range. But for men, the right and wrong is not, that's why you need a man to tell you what's right and wrong. Right and wrong is not a range. Women are the ones who came up with let's agree to disagree. Men cannot understand this shit. Now they are also using it. Men are also using this shit. Let's agree to disagree. To each his own. And to each his own, then how you'll be happy? You all have to agree on something. To each his own. Yeah, I will have rotis today while you will have noodles and you will, what did you want? Oh, thukpa. Okay, like that. And then everybody has to cook their own food. Or whoever is the cook is like, oh, I hate this family. You know? You have to agree that this is what we want to eat today. Otherwise you're going to drive your cook nuts. You know, that's what's happening. If you agree to disagree, somebody goes nuts. And if you say, to each his own, then of course somebody goes nuts. Because they don't get what they want. Because that's not what they wanted. Then what's the point of being with you if to each his own? Okay, so there's not this shade, you know. Less wrong starts from there. From less wrong to rightest. It's a big range of right and wrong actions. You won't find men doing this. They have a right action. They may not do it because they're, scared. But they always know what's right. So dharma and purpose is something that comes easily to a man. Vidya comes easily to a woman. Woman can use her Vidya to confuse the man from his dharma. It's possible. And women, if you don't value a man's dharma, then, you'll not have dharma either. Because your dharma has a range. That's the problem. Okay, if you can hear the truth of it here. Men don't change, that's why they're men. Their consistency is what is beautiful about them. Okay? You can count on men to have one opinion and stick to it. If you want to change that opinion, then you have to make a good argument. That's not about ranges of morality. That's clean. So when I talk to men, they change. Because I understand men, because I'm a man. I know that I have to appeal to his morals. He has to say, shit, what I'm doing is wrong. He'll never do it again. But women, when they say, yeah, what I did was wrong, they'll put it in the range. Okay, this is range. Totally devastatingly wrong to, they'll be on less right. It was less right. It was not really wrong. So they put it in this range. And they don't change. Women are the ones who don't change. Or rather, who are not steadfast. Because they're not able to, unless they get something to fight against, like a man not changing. Now they found that they're finding that as an anchor. Can you see how women need an anchor? Men themselves are the anchor. They don't need anchors. But women need to anchor even around the man. This man can't change. Now she's forming energy around that lingam. So what does a lingam of a man who cannot change look like? Okay? So she's forming energy around that lingam. She's giving her Vidya to that lingam. And it's not sticking on that lingam because it has no stickable surfaces. So nothing is sticking. And so what's going, the woman's sexual energy and the man's sexual energy getting drained. Because the woman is going after some imaginary lingam. Instead of going straight into the man and talking to his morals. Say, is it right what you're doing? He'll say, yes. So why is it right? Because you did this to me. He has a list. Why he's right. He's already analyzed and why I'm right. He's going to tell you why you're wrong when you be ready for that. And then don't put it in wronger. Yeah, that was kind of wronger. No, there's only wrong and right. If you make ranges out of it, you're going to frustrate men. Because he's going to tell you how you're wrong. And if you can understand that, then he'll listen to you. Or you will start respecting his point of view. That's also possible. Okay, so this utter disrespect of men that men can't change is bullshit. Men don't change, and that's what makes them men, because they're steadfast until you show them that they're wrong. You show them that they're wrong, they change. You haven't been able to show him that he's wrong. Because he's got cases against you where you were wrong. So he's not counting on you for advice of right and wrong. So be ready to listen to that. If you can listen to that, then you can tell him that even I've got some wisdom to give you. And here's the wisdom. And if you actually give some wisdom from what you sense, he'll get it. He'll be like, wow, that turned me on. Oh, he's going to get turned on. You're going to have turned on men around you if you tell them your wisdom. And you don't disrespect them for doing what they're supposed to do. No clear wrong and right. Emasculation. Emasculation is what is shown as glamorous in Pride and Prejudice. And all such stories which women have built their whole understanding of relationships on these shit books. Please read Devi Bhagavatam.